Are you wanting to learn vibrato, but you're not sure if you're doing it right? In this video, I'm going to give you 8 exercises to learn vibrato properly on the violin. Hi, I'm violinist Heather Kay, training violinists all over the world how to improve their technical skill sets for more melodic playing. The first place to start with vibrato on the violin is with your violin hold. You may be thinking, okay, what does the violin hold have to do with vibrato? But it has everything to do with the vibrato. Let me go ahead and show you. If you're holding the violin with a tense left hand, and here's tense, your wrist is in, and this posture is not correct, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to vibrate on the violin. That's why the violin hold is so important. What I want you to do for the very first exercise is to hold your violin just with your jaw on your shoulder without your left hand and walk around the room. And just walk around. See how long you can hold the violin for. Go ahead and, talk to your friends, grab your phone, and say, yeah, I'm practicing my violin hold. Whatever you need to do to just practice holding the violin without tension between your jaw and your shoulder and without your left hand. Now, if you need help on this, I have a wonderful video on how to hold the violin properly, and I'll walk you through every single step that you need in order to know that you are holding the violin properly and in such a way that it's not going to give you pain. Okay, so that's the first step. Exercise 1, pretty easy. Exercise 2 is actually without the violin. So let's put the violin down. Now, vibrato, you do have to have some left hand, right hand coordination. And so that's what we're going to discover here is actually I'm going to give you some exercises so you can work out the muscle coordination that you need to have in order to vibrate on the violin. These exercises are very similar to the infamous pat your head and rub your tummy exercises, okay? So the first exercise is this. We want to just bow like you're going to bow on the violin, and then take your left hand and come in and out. So this is just the first exercise, just to get the both sides of the body working together, but not with the same motion. All right, so get that going. So basically, we're taking our left hand and we're going up and down the violin here, and we're taking our right hand and we're bowing. So that's what we're doing. That's number 2, exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is still without the violin. I want you to just do a little shaky with the left hand and bow. So shaky, nice relaxed left hand and bow. So we're just going to get this going here. If you find that this is difficult, just sit on it, do it a little bit every day, what you need to do just to do this. You can do it anywhere. Everybody's going to be like, what are you doing? But those are some wonderful exercises that you can do just to help strengthen your muscle coordination and getting 2 sides of the body to work together. All right, our next exercise is with the violin. So let's get our violin, and we're going to apply that to the violin. So we're going to go ahead and do a little shaky with the left hand, but we're going to bow. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and play beautiful whole bows on an open string, and then do a shaky with your left hand. Now you don't need to have your left hand touching the violin or anything. I just want you to have the motion of shaky. And keeping your bow really, really nice and smooth without being affected by the shaky. Okay, that's again just for muscle development. And another one I want you to do is to have your arm, your left hand, follow the fingerboard. And what we're doing is we're closing the angle from our bicep to our forearm here. We're making it bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. Great. So we basically just took those 2 exercises without the violin and bow and put the violin and bow in our hands and did them again. Okay, exercise number 5. We're going to go ahead and hold the violin up, take our left hand, and we are going to put the thumb on the back of the violin here, and we're going to take our second finger and put it here on the shoulder of the violin. So I'll just show you. This is what we're doing here. And what I want you to do is just to go back and forth following the fingerboard. What is so important about vibrato is that our direction is actually following the fingerboard. So these exercises, always make sure that you're following parallel to the fingerboard, okay? What I want you to do is just gently move back and forth. And this motion is just having you get to know how the relationship works between the thumb and the finger. So we have our finger on its tip just like we would if we were having it on the violin. So if I move this back, then I would be playing normally on the violin. So that's basically what we're doing. So we're just kind of working this out here where it's a little bit easier, not being convoluted with strings or anything, and we're just working on the motion. keeping your thumb relaxed. We don't want the thumb to be doing anything bent or tension at all. This is all relaxed. So you have the fleshy part of the thumb, fleshy part of the finger, and basically you're just following parallel motion to the fingerboard. I want you to do that with every finger. Now, just to give you a heads up, there are two different types of vibrato that you could develop. One is arm vibrato, and the other is what I call the hand vibrato. Some people call the wrist vibrato. And these exercises that we're doing right now, they're just basic preparatory exercises to get your muscles going. So they're okay to do if you're just wanting to develop vibrato. Don't be too concerned right now about hand or arm. Okay, so the next one is yet again without the bow, and we're just going to be practicing the motion of going up and down the violin, following parallel yet again with the fingerboard. So we're just going up and down. You can take your first finger, I want you to do every finger on every string. So we'll start first finger on the A string, second finger on the A string, third finger on the A string. While you're doing this, your thumb is naturally nice and relaxed. Fourth finger, okay? So this is basically, we're just taking the angle here. That's a wider angle, and we're making it a smaller angle, all right? This is also a great shifting prep exercise. It can work for shifting and for vibrato. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take the bow and do the same thing, but now we're going to go ahead and just bow the whole time. So the pitch right now, if we're starting specifically on B, we don't need to go all the way up to B. Just naturally go up and down. And second finger. All right, you don't need to be concerned about pitch. This is just about the motion. And then fourth finger. Okay, and so what happens is then what we do is we take that larger motion and we're going to make it smaller, smaller, and smaller, and smaller. So until we're in one place. Okay, so this is our final exercise 8. Taking it larger, 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 and taking it smaller, smaller, and smaller. Okay, so you can just physically do that. Get smaller, 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 and then just naturally kind of continue the motion, but your finger is staying in the same place, okay? So we have going back and forth, and then smaller, 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 and then have your finger there in the same place. Now, just know when you do this, your vibrato is not going to look like this your first go, okay? Vibrato takes a lot of time, a lot of time. Most importantly is the motion is correct. You don't want to be going this way. This is the biggest, biggest, biggest mistake I see in vibrato. Vibrato is not this direction at all. There's no circular kind of strange thing. It's very linear and very much parallel to the fingerboard. Okay, so these are your basic steps to get you going to develop a beautiful, beautiful vibrato. Now, of course, that's only the beginning. I have a wonderful free or in vibrato workshop that you can get by registering. You'll have a link here where you can register to get your free or in vibrato workshop, and I'll see you there.